What's poppin', T Squad? It's me, Keisha, and I'm here with the all new, all tea, all shade, ready to love review. Sorry you guys are not seeing me right now, but I had a really bad headache yesterday. Yesterday was just one of those days, y'all. It was just not a good day. And I'm really sleepy still because I didn't go to sleep until like 6 o'clock this morning. So forgive me, but I really wanted to get this review out to you guys. So last night's episode of Ready to Love, it was the Kyra show. I will say that much, but we'll get to her in a second. Let's talk about Amber and Chris when they went on their date and he informed her that he is going to abstain from sex until marriage. And she was like, what? We started calling her hoe cakes last week because, I see her for her works. She was like, that ain't gonna work for me. If you see this ass and see this body, you gonna change your mind. And she was determined to change his mind about sex before marriage. I understood where he was coming from. Everybody has their own preferences or whatever on what they want to do sexually with their body. So I hope that that's something that she will be willing to partake in or with staying with him, because the one thing that you can do to set yourself up for failure is think that you can change somebody's mind about something or change it to be what you want it to be when they've told you from the gate, this is what I plan on doing. So I hope she don't get a little fifis her, but I doubt it because, like I said, her name is Hoe Cakes, and we already know she hoeing around. So if anything, she'll probably still fuck with him and be fucking some other nigga on the side. But I doubt even anyway by the time we get to reunion that they gonna even be together, because I think that she just used him to get to the end, and she probably still fucking Ron and whoever else at this point. And I just don't really see the chemistry there between them, and Chris just need to learn how to shut his goddamn mouth, because every time he get towards the end, he say something that just ends up fucking it up. Like, he need to just tell a bitch right off the rip, I don't make that much money. I don't want to pay all the bills, and I'm withstanding for sex, and I want 5 kids. Like, he just need to tell a bitch that from day one, so it won't be no questions later. Vernicia and Full House, they still rocking and rolling, but we just seen him also for his works. I think that he a player from the Himalayas. And then when y'all told me that old ass man up here trying to be a rapper, I was really done with him. Really done with him. I don't know if he trying to be the next Tribe Called Quest or Common or Black Eyed Peas or the Roots, but I need for him to have several with his old ass and these tight ass blazers with no shirt underneath that he try to pull off. Like, sir, raise your kids and just be cute and know how to have a cute little New Orleans twang. But all this, I'm trying to be a rapper, have several, sir. So I don't even take him seriously anymore at this point. It's obvious that he used the show to like get his name out there. I think that he liked Vernicia, but I think that Vernicia probably too much of a woman for him. And we've already seen that he don't like to take accountability for his bullshit ass behavior. So I don't really see it for them for real. I think he gonna take her ass through, and she gonna eventually get sick of it and end up leaving him the fuck alone. Now let's get to the Kyra show. So AJ ends up changing his mind about Kyra in the end and tells her, you know what? I don't think that you're not ready to love. I want you here. Can you see you moving forward with me? And she was like, yeah, I can see that or whatever. And I'm like, okay, so he keeps her. And so when he keeps her, that means now that he has to get rid of Alexis. Fly. So he meets with her, and she thinking that he about to tell her she ready to love. He still want to fuck with her. And she get her face cracked. And she feels like she was used and abused and bamboozled and hoodwinked. I was like, girl, you the one set yourself up for failure with that one talking. I chose you. I chose you. Well, okay, he didn't choose you. Get over it. You're on a dating show. Go get your hair done. That's all I care about. Go get your hair done, because that hairstyle is not the 1, nor the 2, nor the 3, nor the 4, nor the 5. And stop wearing your makeup like that. And stop thinking that you can dress wearing these boutique outfits that you done got. from the Juneteenth special, the clearance rack on Juneteenth. Happy Juneteenth, everybody, too. But yeah, girl, she need to focus on herself and stop thinking that she so much of the goddamn shit, child, and stop trying to push herself on niggas. Like, God, choose yourself. Stop trying to choose somebody or have somebody choose you. Choose you, goddamn it. So she got her face cracked. So then now AJ, who ain't produced not now record we'd ever heard of, and Kyra are supposed to be sticking beside each other. I'm gonna stick beside him. I'm gonna stick beside him. He mine. He mine. I love him. Yep. So that's what they on. So Liz and Shark Tales go out on a date, and I missed the part. So when the girls met up with Tommy was asking the ladies, where they're at right about now. And when they got to Liz was telling them how, she went out. Oh, no, I was right. Okay, so let me rewind. So Liz goes out on a date with Shark Tales. And, he's confessing to her how he feel for her, this, that, and the third. He then gets up, goes and gets a single white rose or brings it back and tells her that he's only given 2 roses away to a woman in his life before, and it was his mama and his stepmother. And he asks her, will she take this rose? And I'm like, nigga, wrong show. This ain't The Bachelor, bitch. What the fuck is you doing? Like, no, this is Ready to Love. Like, what are you doing? Like, I think he thought he was on ABC or some shit like that. I'm like, nigga, what? This ain't Bachelor in Paradise. Sit your goofy ass down somewhere. But, Liz was all into it. She got to turn up. Oh, my God, you such a good man. You such a good man. Oh, Lord, thank you, Jesus, for. And so she stand up and she hugging him because she just so elated that he likes her. And like I said, I do think that Short Tales likes Liz. I mean, Liz is a very good woman. But do I think that he's like heavily into it with her? No, I think that he just want to fuck her. I think that he's physically attracted to her. But when it comes to the wants that they both have for a relationship, I can't see him seeing it through with her being such a religious woman, not having sex, this, that, and the third. I don't really foresee him sticking around for all of that. I feel like he want to fuck, and then once he finally get that out of his system, it's like, oh, okay. I really do think at the end of the day he wanted Kyra, and when Kyra could make up her mind, he then decided to go with Liz because he wanted to make it to the end, which I feel like a lot of these people at this point on this show are trying to do, is make it to the damn end so they can continue to get these weekly checks and free food and shit. So I feel bad for Liz on that end. So he also told Liz that he had made up his mind weeks before and that he chose her. So, when the girls met with nephew Tommy, and like I said, he was asking them where they all are at, she tells everybody about her date with Shark Tales and how he said that he had chose her. I can't talk. How he had chose her weeks prior. He had already made up his mind about the roses and everything. And Kyra goes and laughs. And I'm like, I know you fucking lying. Like, she was so fucking rude. Oh, rude ass, big nose bitch. And Liz like looked at her like, the fuck? And I'm like, why would you do that to her? Why? And so nephew Tommy even stopped her, like, stop. And so once Liz got finished talking, he was like, I mean, it's obvious you got something to say. Like, what is? She was like, well, I just feel like that's not what he told me. He was still pursuing me, this, that, and the third. And I feel like he played me. He want to say I'm the one playing games, but it seems like he's the one playing games. I'm like, bitch, you ain't even supposed to be here, first of all. And why is you raining on her parade? It's obvious at this point she pulling what that girl last season pulled that had the game fucked up. She one of them hoes that she like niggas to be all up on her nutsack, and she like playing games and going back and forth with the bullshit or whatever. She like having AJ and Shark Tales all up on her nutsack. And she really don't want neither one of their asses. She can choose. She don't want to choose. Because she like having both of them running and chasing after her. That's what she gets out of it. Like, she like for niggas to chase after her and be on her and this, that, and the third. And then as soon as he decided he wanted to move on, now she want to run over her. So nephew Tommy was like, well, I feel like you might need to have a conversation with him. And she was like, okay. So then she meets up with him the same day and she tells him what Liz said to them. And he was like, I mean, well, my bad on the part where I said I had made up my mind weeks ago that I was wrong for saying that. He was like, because I did make up my mind when me and you had the conversation, you couldn't make a decision. So I was like, see, once again, that don't make him look good to me in Leah's eyes. So he was like, but I mean, at the end of the day, I chose who I chose. And he was like, I mean, why are we here? Because I feel like this is like an interrogation, like with you. And so she just sitting there looking stupid in the face because she expected for him to come and be like, oh, Kyra, I miss you. And he wasn't giving her that type of damn energy. So she was looking stupid in the face. So then he was like, I mean, why are we here? Like, what do you want, Kyra? What do you want? And she was like, I mean, if things was different, would your decision still be the same? I'm paraphrasing. And he was like, yeah, I made my decision. So now she's sitting there looking real stupid, face on the floor. And so she was like, well, you know what? I just do think that we just need to be friends. Bitch, he already said that's what y'all needed to be. Like, you ain't doing nothing. Like, what? So she's still feeling some type of way because he not choosing her and he not all on her ass no more. And so she just basically feeling like, oh, I ain't got him on the string. I ain't got him tied around my finger no more. Girl, I do not like Kyra ass after this episode. She really showed her black ass. I want her off the show with her old Vin Diesel, Wesley Snipes looking ass. Get somewhere out of here, Charles Barkley looking ass bitch. I didn't like the way she handled Liz. I didn't like the way she handled both guys because you playing with folks and you wasting folks' time. Get your old wide back ass off this show. You and them broad ass shoulders. You big nose heifer. And I know it's Juneteenth, but fuck her. So then everybody meets up with nephew Tommy at the end of the episode, and when she sees Liz and Shark Tales together, she talks to them two. They really getting on my nerves. But, you know, I really like AJ, and I'm going to see what's up with him. I'm like, you was a hating ass bitch. A hating ass bitch. And now AJ looking stupid than the motherfucker because you done chose this bitch. And she's still over here trying to see what's up with Jason. I know he really feels stupid. I'm like, that's what you niggas get. So, like I said, I don't like Kyra ass. She can fucking go and kick rocks, bitch. Don't do Liz, because Liz is a really good woman and she ain't did nothing to nobody, so fuck you. Whole cakes need to go. I don't see it for her ass. Chris just needs to just sit in the corner and think about life and get the rest of his lip peeled. And AJ, I want him to produce a song for somebody. Like, will somebody throw this nigga a track? So yeah, you guys, that was my review on Ready to Love. I love you guys. Thank you for fucking with me, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.